Hi, folks. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the mess. Welcome to the awful video scenario. I'll probably throw this members only at some point during this, but for right now, we'll just, leave it as an open hangout. Yeah. Are people saying, can you not hear me? Sound is bad. Yeah, I'm expecting sound will be bad. Let me try to.
Is this better for sound? I'm trying to get the sound. Underwater mic time. Okay. Is this better? Yes? No? Okay. So now I've got the sound running off of this thing. So it is also hot as hell in here, but we're going to try to make this work. Why don't I have a... Okay, I don't like this. All right, so I got to set up a second... let's see. All right, we're going to try to copy this over to here. We're going to try to add source, paste reference. Okay, that's helpful, but for here, sorry, I'm just trying to make it so you can see both me and the... Nope, that's not helping. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it so that when I do the leatherwork, you can also still see me, at least a little bit. I'm going to put myself as a little thing there. Okay, here we go. There we go. Better. Awesome. So, yeah, I have a mic that's supposed to be here that's like a good mic, and I don't know where it is. It's somewhere. So, yes, this is my garage. It's an interesting space. We'll go with that. So, yeah. Maybe I'm going to throw it. Well, no, we'll go for a little bit before I throw it members only on YouTube. And yeah, but we're just doing some simple casual stuff here. I've got some coasters. This is what we've got on the go here. I don't know if you can see the coasters. There we go. Coasters are one of the simplest products you can do because basically you just take a little brown bit of leather and go to town. But I'm just going to do the edges on these because just because it's a simple project doesn't mean it shouldn't be a nice one. Yeah, my nails are awful, but they're going to get worse in the course of doing this, so we're not going to worry about it too much right now. All right. Now, if you're wondering what I'm using these for, I am going to... these are going to end up getting auctioned for the Extra Life charity, so these are going to end up hopefully helping some kids. That's kind of the game plan here. I'm just shaving a little bit off to sort of round the edge so that it doesn't have such a... Man, my nails are awful. It doesn't have such a harsh corner to it. There we go. So you can see we just shave a little bit off. That should help a little bit. I'm just trying to make my nails slightly less awful using my leather awl. It's not the appropriate tool for that task, but it's what we got here. All right. Yeah, I should have cut them before the stream, but I was in a hurry to get out here. I'm still sort of juggling stuff. I haven't opened a Leatherwork beer yet because, what do you call it? Because I had a martini during the stream, so I'm like, yeah, we don't need to get pickled. But I am running with a can of Coke here. All right. So, let's see. We're going to adjust that a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see it there. Good. So this is a tool, I think they call it a French edger. It's just a little sort of shaving tool to cut bits off the edges. This one might have already been edged. No, it's got, I did part of this one. Great. Also going to want to sand this down a little bit on the back side. The back side is always a little fluffy because this is the part that's kind of inside the cow, if that makes sense. But I don't want it to be too fluffy. So yeah, we're just going to get the thing to sand it down a little bit. And yes, this is just a basic Dremel I'm using. One of many invaluable tools for leatherwork. Just gonna take a little bit off here so that it's a little less, a little smoother, a little less kind of awkward. Hopefully the sound isn't too bad on your guys' end. Let me know. Yeah, mostly, sometimes people ask me if I sell my leatherwork. Just about entirely when I sell anything, it is for charity. So, yeah. That, and normally when I do these things as members only, that's sort of how I make the cash, is people paying to be in it. But if you like these, feel free to toss super chats and to encourage me to do more of them. If you like it sort of not, that's it. That's if you can. I don't want to pressure anybody if they're, I know finances are rough. So I say it's give what you can / want, but keep in mind this is the most frivolous of luxury spends, so you don't need to worry too much. Okay, so doing a little bit of tidying here to make this look nice. Dremels are fantastic. Somebody says, if I did something BDSM, what charity would I donate it to? That's... I have made stuff for people in the past, but the folks who are into the BDSM stuff are super picky, which makes it a giant pain in the ass. Even for the things that are not intended to be an explicit pain in the ass. But so I don't anymore. It's just too much annoyance, too much hassle. I'd much rather, you know, make somebody a belt and maybe they're like, hey, can you add an extra belt hole? And you're like, sure. But yeah, the kinky folk are picky AF. Yeah, that one's not too bad on the backside. I can just leave it. All right, so these I'm just planning to do really simply. Ever worked on shoes or boots? No, I have some shoe lasts. And what the lasts are, I can show you the lasts in just a second. Just spraying these down here. Maybe I'll move that. So I'll show you what shoe lasts are, just because it's kind of an interesting thing. A lot of people never really think about that. So these are shoe lasts, and basically they are used for making like shoes around. So you take the leather, you know, and you literally like nail it to this and, you know, fold it around and so forth, the different bits. The problem, I'm nervous about it, because it's hard to do. So I will probably end up making myself some shoes at some point, but it's a challenge. So that, if you can, I don't know if you can hear it, but that car firing up, that is Mrs. Runkle leaving. All right. So I'm probably going to keep this running for not too long before I flip it over to members only. And the reason why is because if I'm going to keep it, put it as members only on the Runkle channel, and leave it as open on Roll of Law. And so the reason why is just because these are not going to get big numbers, and it kind of tells YouTube that I suck if I run a live stream that doesn't get numbers. But the Roll of Law channel, I'm going to pull that up. I'm going to leave the Roll of Law channel open. So I'm going to drop a link in the thing. So that is the Roll of Law thing, so that you can follow that link if you're getting kicked out because I'm switching over to members. So at that point, everything's good. So yeah, I need to get this place set up to do better video. Yes, it's meant to be linked to Roll of Law. It's meant so that you can watch it there. And yeah. All right. You'll be able to see it. Just go to Roll of Law. I dropped the link so you can see it, so that you can, you know, so that you can watch it on that channel, even if you, you know, even if you're not a member. So I'm trying to make sure everyone's covered. I'm just going to members only on the YouTube end of, or on the Runkle of the Bailey channel, but it will stay. What is it? It'll stay on the other one. So let's see. YouTube Studio. Am I on the right? No, I gotta add. Switch account. There we go. Give me a second here. Yeah, no, you'll be able to go to the Roll of Law YouTube channel. You'll be able to see it there. ROLL. I don't want to kick anybody out. So check it out on Roll of Law. You'll be able to see it there. I'm just throwing it members only on only the one channel, but it'll be everybody on the other one. So, okay, here we go. Setting it up in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right. So that should probably be members only now on that end, but on Roll of Law, it will be open. So hopefully everyone can see it. And yeah, I'm not trying to kick anyone out. So yeah. All right. So this one we're just going to do very simply here. So Terry says, just hate that we can't chat with the normal chat now. I'm sorry. I don't really have a good answer for this one. I'm just trying to not screw myself on the algorithm. And yeah, any reason we can't join both to buff the numbers? No, you can absolutely watch both. All right. So, what is it? So I've got this. Oh, I need to switch over. Let's see, there you go. You can see that now. I'm going to kill the light, which will have me in darkness, but the light is in my face. Yeah, I wish YouTube allowed combined chats too. I don't have a way to make that happen. So what we're going to do here, oh, this needs more moisture. They're not moist enough. They're not sufficiently damp. I'm using this special sort of sprayer. These things they're not expensive, but you get them at Tandy Leather, and they're actually quite nice. The reason why I say they're quite nice is that they are, they're a very fine mist. So they're kind of nice to be able to spray yourself and, you know, on a hot day. It's, I ended up, Mrs. Runkle kept stealing it. And so I ended up buying like 10 of them. And now they're everywhere for that. So, all right. So I'm just letting that moisture soak in a bit because you want it to be just kind of right. Here's a good question. Did I learn leatherwork on my own or did someone teach me? I learned on my own. I looked at some YouTube videos and stuff, but the main reason why I got into it was I was at a gun show and there was a Tandy leather booth next to me. And so I was tempted, but there was also a guy who does cowboy action shooting at the gun show, and he did some really impressive shit. And so I was like, I kind of want to learn to do this. So I went to the Tandy leather thing and I bought a beginner's set, and then I made myself a wallet, and that been going from there. So now I've got some other neat stuff to do with these things. So I just kind of go as I go. All right. Hopefully this is about right. Sorry about people's ears. I don't know how loud this will be. So we just put a little Runkle of the Bailey mark there. How many years have I been doing this? Many. The problem is I haven't been doing it consistently because sometimes it's like a year between times making it into the leather shop. So I don't really know how to count that. So here we go. So basically all I'm doing is this thing is a little stamp, and I am just pounding it into the leather to create an indentation. So that's all we're doing here. These are going to be real simple. They're just going to be a ring and a thing. Do I have any other crafting hobbies? Sometimes I do woodwork, but I haven't done it in a long time. Mostly I do the leather work. So and so the misting is because the water helps with getting the right moisture content to make it the right level of softness. So this is about perfect because what you want is you want it to be soft enough that you can bend it, but not so soft that it's mushy. You want it to leave a very clear, clear impression. Do I know how much the Maker Mark stamp costs? No. And the reason why I don't is that I figured I got the Maker's Mark design. Somebody sent that to me as a like, hey, you could use this as a Maker's Mark. And I was like, cool. And then Mrs. Runkle stole the image and got me the Maker's Mark as a gift. So she was very sneaky. And yeah. Have I tried the new rotary hole punches? They're not new. If you see the new rotary hole punches, they're not at all new. Those have been available forever online, and I'll talk about them in a second here. I'm just gonna. All right, good. Nice impressions. Everything is there. So somebody was asking if I'd seen the new rotary hole punches. Let's pull that out here. We got a little bit of scrap leather here, and this is one of those rotary hole punches. I got this off like AliExpress. And so I'm not super thrilled by that performance when you see that, right? It works, but it doesn't work great. Compare and contrast with a non-rotary hole punch. Here is a non-rotary hole punch. I will take the non-rotary hole punch every time. Just there's no question the non-rotary hole punch is vastly better, and I don't. So I bought one of them off of like Temu and or AliExpress or whatever, the same way everybody else did. The people selling them are drop shippers. So, but yeah, I don't use it. I just it's not good. So don't buy them. They're crap. That's basically the long and short of that. Let's see. I gotta log into Twitter on my thing here, and then I can. There we go. All right. Let's see. So those I'm just, this is the problem with leatherwork, is that, so now that I've got these coasters made, or coasters, I've pretty much done all the things I can do with them at this stage. The thing I have to do now is let them sit, because now I've got these coasters and they are waterlogged, and why the Twitter link, so that people can find it on Roll of Law. But yeah, now that the coasters have water in it, I want to what do you call it? I want to make it what do you call it? I want to dye it and I want to paint it, and none of those things should happen while it's wet. So I just set those aside. Leatherwork is kind of a thing where you do part of it and then you leave it, and then you do part and leave it. Somebody was asking if this big red stain on my cutting board is leatherwork. Yes. That isn't to say that I haven't bled on my cutting board, because I absolutely have bled on this cutting board, but that stain is red leather dye. I should actually try to, I'm going to try to clean it out a little bit here, because, yeah, that's, just to try to make sure it doesn't leak anything into the materials. Yeah. Also, my moderator Tide bought me this great big water bottle, and it's huge. I don't know why it's so big. And I think she had the notion that I would try to stay hydrated, but I don't do that. What I instead do is I pull up, I use it in the leather shop because I don't have water access in here. So I just use it like it's a faucet. So that giant leather or that giant water bottle is my water source in here. One day, one of the plans is to knock this garage down, knock the house down, and yeah, it's like 4 liters. And so one of the things I want to put in here is what do you call it? I want to put in a so the plan for the garage would include a little tiny bathroom. And so what I mean by that is it would be just like a hand sink, a toilet. I'm actually thinking it might be one of the what do you call it? They make little combo units that are like a hand sink and toilet unit, where it's this like they're kind of like a prison toilet, but they're a little nicer because they're not actually a prison toilet, but it's the same concept as a prison toilet. So I'd probably have that. I probably want to put in like a bucket filling sink. You know, one of the ones that you use like at food service places and so forth. A toilet that you just like, you know, or yeah, the sink toilet, and a shower head. And the shower head would be like a wide spray shower head. And the shower head is just for emergencies. Like that's what the plan would be, is not like it might be directly over the toilet, for instance, such that what do you call it? So you know, if you get something spilled on you or whatever, I could just walk in and crank the shower and try to get it out of my eyes or whatever. So an emergency shower. So that's kind of the idea. But yeah, might put in like an eye wash station as well, just to really be silly. But it's one of those things that, you know, if I didn't have it, I might really want it in a real big way. So yeah. I am also going to show you guys the thing I just made. So the thing I just made recently, this is just finished now. I actually have to weight it down. No, we need light, and I need to show you the right side. So this is just finished now. So it's a little journal. It's not perfect, but it's pretty cool. I would totally keep this if I didn't already have it sold. This was sold before I finished making it, because it was sold like 2025 or 2024. And so is the belt I'm working on. So this belt was purchased by a longtime viewer. And the belt, well, you'll be able to see it better when I switch over here again. So the belt is a dragon scale pattern. This dragon scale pattern, I love it to bits. It is so nice. It is also such a giant pain in the ass. Such a giant pain in the ass. Like, you just have no idea how much work that thing is. But this thing's almost done. Nearsake, I will tell him. I'm sure he knows. So we are gonna. Where's my knife? I have a knife in here somewhere. Where's my knife? Oh, there's the knife. Cool. All right. So short-term thing is we're going to trim up this end. And what I'm going to do at the end is I'm going to trim it along the scale pattern such that the end of it is going to have like the scale shape, if that makes sense. So, yep. All right. gotta do this where you guys can see it. All right, so can I get myself a little bit? Ooh, I can. Excellent. All right. So I'm just going to try to trim this off such that it's kind of the right shape here. Is there a date set? I think November, I think it's November 9th is the plan. So I got to figure out when the Edmonton one is going so that I can match to it. So, all right. So we're just using this here. I always get nervous at these last steps because it's one of these places where if I screw up, I will be very sad. Well, I mean, I could just walk it back one scale, but still not ideal. So I don't want to screw it up. And I'm going to take the Dremel in here, or maybe not the Dremel. Might have to do this by hand for sanding it. So no straight edge. No, not for this. I use straight edges for other things, but here I'm trying to cut along non-straight edges so a straight edge would actually get in the way. Because I'm trying to cut it around this thing. Yeah, I will need the Dremel. Somebody says, no pressure, Runkle. It's not like people are watching. You are evil. Cut there. Cut there. Trim, trim. Slice, slice. A little bit more here. Trimmy, trim, slicey, slice. Okay. Hello, Roland Arthur. If you're into wood carving, yeah, I've never done wood carving. Maybe I should try it. Do have some wood carving knives here somewhere. Not good ones, mine, but somebody sent me a cheap set at one point. Okay, so this. One of the problems with a belt is that at any time when you're doing something with it, there's a whole bunch of other material that you just have to keep out of your way somehow. So every time I'm moving this belt, I got to move the entire belt because, of course, it's a full-on, snaky belt. So what would people in the 30K building world use work? Maybe. Okay, that's helping. I'm gonna break this out here. Now, in a perfect world, I'd be wearing like a
dust mask. But I'm not, because I'm dumb. Well, now the person who bought this has not responded to me about their belt size. And I wish they would, because I could finish this today if I knew that information, but I don't. So, I won't be able to finish it today. I can at least put some work in on it. If I see him in chat, I'm going to yell at him. Good enough. No, it's not. Start to say good enough. No, it isn't. Do I have a fine tip Dremel extension? Somewhere. Yes. Somewhere. Elf Wiggins, wait, is this the belt from the charity stream like 2 years ago? Yes, Elf Wiggins, it is. Shut up. I love you, but still. Yes, I'm trying to make sure that this actually gets out the door. I'm trying to get caught up on all the things that I owe. And I hope by the end of the week that they will all be in the mail. So that is my profound hope for this, is that everything that is outstanding will be gone by the end of the week. And then I can enter into this year's auction with minimal guilt. And I am never auctioning something that is unfinished again. Just not doing it. It's not going to be the thing, because I want everything to be ready to throw into a thing and send. This auction causes me so much stress, but it's worth it at the end of the day, because we raise so much money for the kids. But you know, I don't want it to be. I want it to be a thing where, you know, everybody's happy with their bids and nobody's upset. So, yeah. I don't want anybody to feel like to come back and be like, Runkle, you ripped me off. There's still one outstanding leather thing that I have to do. And that is, but it needs the next batch of hot sauce to be ready. I got to email my hot sauce guy and be like, dude, what the fuck? So the current status on making more hot sauce. One of the big things I want to be able to do is sell the hot sauce into the US, because there's a lot of American people who are, yes, the post office went on strike and that really messed me up. There's a lot of Americans who would like to get the hot sauce. And so I am trying to get it so that I'm trying to get more hot sauce made, and the guy who makes it for me is in the process of trying to get a new facility.
that new facility has an FDA registration. And so that FDA registration is important because without the FDA registration, it can't go to the US. So I really want him to get that new facility and get the FDA registration and all of that stuff, because then I'm going to order another batch. And that batch is kind of, you know, it was made to my specifications. So it's not like just that this is pure white label or whatever. This is from a sauce I made for myself. It's a sauce I use myself all the time. I'm running low on my own personal supply, believe it or not. So I want him to get that done, but it's taking forever. And yeah, so I got to reach out to him and be like, so how's that going? Because I would like to order more sauce from him. And if not, then we'll go from there. So, but that's kind of the game plan. And yeah, we're just, so right now I'm just trimming up the edges a bit here as well on this piece. Getting a lot of use out of this edger. This edger was a gift from JWC, who has since passed on. And I think about him every time I use it. I miss the guy. Yeah. So, how's that fermented sauce? They're all fermented. They're all fermented hot sauces. I'm working on, I haven't had much success on my allium-free design, but I'm working on trying to figure that out. The one that I'm really excited about, that I'm hoping will go well, is it's a lime-based one, and it's really interesting. And what do you call it? Philip Martin, I'm fine with Leather Project donations. I'm fine with that. What is it? The lime-based one, it's really interesting, but one of the ingredients I'm kind of worried about. Kind of worried that one of the ingredients will piss people off. So chat, maybe you can tell me about whether you, would this upset you as a potential hot sauce consumer? So the ingredient is MSG. And the MSG is really important because it does not work without the MSG. And what I mean by that is that there's another flavor in there that is a very harsh flavor. It is a very difficult flavor. And the thing I found that cuts the difficulty and makes it from like, this sauce is no good to, oh my God, this sauce is amazing, is adding a ton of MSG. Like, not a little bit, a lot of MSG. Not like dangerous amounts or anything, but you know, it's got a fair chunk. Now, there's other ways around the MSG. Doesn't salt do the same thing? No. No, it doesn't in this case. And I don't really want to tip off what the ingredient is, that like, or what, you know, how this, but the other alternative is throwing some very heavily MSG stuff into it. And so the alternative to like pure MSG would be natural stuff that includes MSG. And the problem with that is that if the other like thing that I would put in would be either shrimp paste or fish sauce. And I feel like I lose more people if I put in fish sauce or shrimp paste, because then it becomes a non-vegetarian hot sauce. And you know, I feel like people would be annoyed by seeing a hot sauce and going like, wait, there's meat in this? It's like, yeah, there's meat in it because it's, yeah. People saying I will die. So I want to just keep it to like pure, like just chemical MSG, right? Like you get out of a bag or whatever. But yeah, I'm worried it's going to offend some people. I mean, if it does, they just don't buy it. But I really like the sauce. So I see people saying shrimp paste would be an issue. Fair. So I think I'm just going to keep it with the MSG. And at the end of the day, you'll either like it or you don't. But you know, yeah, I think it's a good. I really liked it. I made that one with what do you call it? So I'm just experimenting with that one. Like, you know, and by experimenting, I mean literally, I've got a closet that's like, you know, just a linen closet. It's got towels and it's got face cloths and sheets and stuff like that, and it's got stuff fermenting in it. And so I ferment stuff, and then I throw it in a blender and make hot sauce, and you know, just that's my experimentation process. And so once I've got that down, and I think I'm pretty good, pretty close on that one, and like I'm really feeling that that sauce is something that's going to be really special. Like I really like it. It's a sauce that I think will go great on things like tacos. So once I've got that down, what my game plan is to, you know, get the guy, get that working and go from there. So, yeah. So, just working on this. So it sounds like there's traffic in the back lane, but I know it's not cars. It's rain. It is raining outside. And if it rains hard enough, I might open the door and try to vent. So I've got an AC unit in here, and the AC unit is not keeping up. Part of it is that I don't have a good vent for the AC unit, so I'm piping the AC's heat venting stuff into the furnace. What do you call it? Exhaust. The problem with firing it into the furnace exhaust is that the furnace exhaust is designed to vent heat, because of course you want the furnace exhaust transferring as much heat into the room and not into the outside. So it's putting heat into the furnace exhaust, which then proceeds to just heat the room. So I don't have a good solution to this at this point. In the future garage, I would like to have a proper, and none of the windows here open. The windows in this garage are all A, non-opening, B, what do you call it, barred, and C, reinforced with plexiglass. So, yeah, they're, this is a very secure, very warm building. Mini split heat pump is the way to go. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. For a future ideal garage, I could probably put a little mini split in. It's not a bad idea. So, all right. Cruising along here, cruising. All right. This is going to be as far as I can get on this because yeah, I need to know the size of it. How warm is it in there, or how warm is it here? Let me just check. Temperature in Edmonton. You're going to laugh. So it's 20 degrees Celsius. Which is 68 Fahrenheit. The thing is that it is substantially warmer in here than it is outside. So yeah. Why do I have a cutoff there? Why is that there? Let's do this. Why? Okay, there. That should fix that. I don't know why I had that unnecessary black bar. So yeah. Blind Kimberly says hubby's waist is 38 inches. Unless your hubby is the person who bought this, that is not helpful to me right now. No, it's 20 Celsius outside. In the garage, it's probably like 23, which is way too hot for an elf. So that's about as far as I can get on that today because I need to know the belt size for it. I'm gonna go see if I can mess with the door and try to get another project going here because I need another project. So all right, let's see. First thing I'm gonna do. I don't know if you guys can hear me. You hear me? Yes? No? Okay. Just going over here to mess with the AC. Yeah, that's sweltering hot. This is blasting cold. That is we're gonna get. All right. Okay. What to make next? There we go. Could make one of those. Doable. I could make a keychain, maybe. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Can you hear me when I'm wandering around? By the way, those ammo cans are all empty. Those are empty. So empty. See, empty. And the reason why I'm showing you that they're empty is because otherwise somebody's going to rob me because that would be a lot of money worth of ammo if that was not empty. All right, so you could totally use them to ship auction items. No, those things are expensive. So what happened was somebody... why do they have orange stickers? Because those are like safety messages to say it's ammo. The reason why I have all of those is that somebody who watches my channel reached out and was like, hey, I do like ammo buying. Would you want a bunch of ammo? And what is it? Or a bunch of ammo boxes. And I was like, yes. Yes, I would. And so they brought me like a huge ton of empty you know, empty ammo boxes, and I was like, awesome. We've already used a few of them, but yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take this thing. This is a leather cutting die. That's a sharp metal thing. I'm gonna cut some of this leather, which is about the right thickness. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this leather into this shape, and then I'm gonna end up with a thing. And the reason why I want to do that is that I'm gonna take that and this is a wallet blank. So then I'm gonna tool that wallet blank, and we're gonna end up you know, with a really nice wallet by the end of it. I hope. I hope it'll be nice. So yeah, that's the game plan. I am missing some of these things, and it annoys me. I don't know where they are, but we've got enough here to work with. So all right, there's too much junk in here. So I should really cut this, but I'm not going to. No, I'm going to cut this. I was like, I'm not going to. And then I'm like, no, I'm going to. All right. Yeah. All right. Leather seems pretty thick for a wallet. This is about the right thickness for a tooled leather wallet. Because for tooling, you need a bit of thickness, right? All right. So we're just gonna shape this out here. Okay. That is about the right size. This is okay. So now, instead of trying to work with this big piece, I can work with this little piece. Now this will be easier. Okay, here we go. Fuck, this thing that it's on is bending. Okay. These pieces. How do I do this? Those are useful. Go there. Want this thing gone. That's what I want. So right. Nope, it's not attached. It's just pretty fucking heavy. Cool. Where do I want this? Floor. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah. Ah. Oh yeah. Ah, that was not a good idea. I felt that all through my back. Oh. Okay, step 2 to get it to floor. Oh, that was rough. Yes. Ah. Okay. All right. Nope. That might be a problem. Nope. Success. Oh. Whew. Whew. That was rough. That was whew. Okay. Success. So the problem is it's on that thing, or was on that thing. And that was a filing cabinet. But I cut parts of the metal out of the filing cabinet to use for a different project. And after that filing cabinet got cut, the sides split on it. And so it has no structural integrity. So when I'm sitting there trying to work the press, all that was happening was that thing was bending. And that's a problem, because when that thing is bending, I was getting no pressure. I wasn't able to properly, properly use the press. So I was like, I need this to be on a more sturdy surface. That thing is fucking heavy. And it's not just heavy, it is it's like heavy and awkward. So mistakes were made, I guess, is the theme of that particular thing. But didn't die. So I'm just putting some water on this. I'm going to moisten the back side as well. And that's partially to mitigate the curl that you were just seeing there. So this thing allows me to sort of evenly put water down, which is nice. I'm also moistening my mouse, which, totally is good for mice when you moisten them. That's part of the recommended maintenance, is make sure to get a good lot of moisture in there. Is my back okay? No. Short answer is no. So I'm going to be right back because I need a beer now. Beer is going to be the next thing. All right. So my leather shop has a little mini like micro fridge thing. It's like a 6 or 8 can fridge. So I keep some leatherworking beers in there and some Coke and so forth. So yeah, it is. It's quite nice. So I often sip a beer when I'm doing this. My usual go-to beer is Lucky for this. And the reason why I go with Lucky is that it is good enough to have one, but not so good that I want to have 4. Because you don't want to be sauced when you're doing this. Where's my... One second. Shut up, Thunder. We don't care. So I try to keep my leather shop nicely organized. And the problem with having a nicely organized leather shop is that it means that there's a go-to place for whenever people need something. And specifically in this case, if people need my towels, my shop towelette things, they know where they are, and then they go get them, and then they don't put them back. And usually they is me, but not always. I think this one was actually Mrs. Ronco. I'm gonna blame her for that one. And somebody says too many sharp things for sauce. The problem isn't that like I might cut myself, because I have cut myself. You do cut yourself occasionally doing leather work, but the problem is more that leather work is unforgiving, because most mistakes you make are like unfixable. So, you do a thing and then you can't fix it and you're stuck. And yeah. So I'm also going to do a thing where, how do I do this? Start a jam. So I'm going to drop a link in the chat. So this link is for a Spotify jam. If you want to listen to what I'm listening to as I do the leather work, that's how you do it. It's on the Spotify jam. I make no money off the Spotify jam, so it's not like I'm trying to do this to make a buck. But I just, if you want to tune in. Right now, I've got, what is it? Spitfire. And yeah, I can't play the music on stream, because if I play the music on stream, I get demonetized. Also, I have it set to let others change what's playing right now. So please use that responsibly. If people start throwing music at me that is like awful, I may change that. But for now, if you really want me to hear something, you can throw it my way. As I said, I reserve the right to change that, because yeah, I don't know if I should trust you guys with that power. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is just give myself a border on this. And I'm using this tool. So this tool, you can adjust this arm, and then it's just got a little, what do you call it? Like a little sort of spade tool on the end of it. And so all it does is this arm kind of tucks against the edge of the leather. I don't know if you can see that very well, but like tucks against the edge of the leather. And what is it? Then the you can use it to what do you call it, to trace an edge, like a border edge. Somebody says, get some Garth Brooks will hang. I don't really like country music, believe it or not. Notwithstanding that I've enjoyed covering the Garth Brooks case, I don't much care for country. People are like, you need to check out Garth Brooks. And I'm like, I'm interested in his case, but he's not my music. So. Was it for the ledge? Was it for the thrill of pushing my heart to the edge? This is about as country as I get. Yes, Garth Brooks has a case. He's been sued with an allegation of sexual assault. Why did love? Why did love? Is Afro Man on my list? Not really. So, oh, did I? I think I paused my music here. Oh yeah, I did. I brushed my earphone, so it's got buttons on it. What about a purse? Purse strap. I could do a purse strap. I could do a whole purse, honestly. Stupid mosquitoes trying to eat me alive. Thrill of pushing my heart. Yes. It's a me, Tony P says, not a fan of Garth Brooks. Try Chris Gaines. You're not going to fool me with that one. A beer koozie, maybe. I've never found much use for do people actually use beer koozies, or is this just something that they give out at events as sort of throwaway merch? But does anybody actually use beer koozies? Are there people who do that? Because I've been given a whole bunch of beer koozies over the years at different events and so forth, and I've never actually found people to use it. Every time I scratch my neck here, I get too close to the thing, and then I skip a song. Never be more the wolf at your door for dinner. Sorry, I'm singing along with the Phil Dell's The Wolf is the song on right now. Oh, somebody else skipped it. I know that wasn't me. I've seen it at gatherings to tell whose drink is whose. Fair. Okay, now I don't know what to put on this. What should I make? What should I put on this? I'm trying to think. What kind of pattern should I tool onto it? Somebody says pigeon business. That's not a bad idea. I could just do a geometric pattern. What are the options? So I bought a printer just now, but it's not going to be here until tomorrow. Is the Lingdon restaurant good? Brent Spine, it's okay. Brent Spiner recommended on this podcast. Brent Spiner was in Edmonton? Interesting. I'm wondering if I have the skill to pull off a good-looking pigeon. I'm looking for leatherworking templates for a pigeon. That's a very simple pigeon. There's the pigeon keychain. I could buy that and take it apart and make more. Trying to find a good pigeon leatherworking pattern to pick up right now. No, they just sell the item and they don't sell the pattern for the pigeon. That's lame. All right, we're going to try to do a pigeon. Let me try to find a good image of a pigeon to work off of here. Pigeons are kind of expressive in the eye area, so I need a good pigeon. That's probably a good pigeon. Okay. Now, to do this pigeon, I need paper. That's where we're starting. Oh, I'm not doing IP larceny. I'm doing free use or fair use. Oh, that's filthy. All right, here's a bit of scrap paper. I also don't have a pencil in here. Not trace your pigeon merch. It's not a bad idea. Where's my pigeon stuff? Where is my pigeon? Got to find the pigeon thing later. Why is the pigeon not on my Zazzle store? Okay, there's the pigeon. Now I can't trace it because I don't have a tracing table in here. But all right, here we're gonna do. I don't know where the thing there. Buying the keychain to reverse engineer it is not actually IP larceny because it is a useful article and therefore it is not covered. Patterns are not protectable in that fashion. Okay, that gets me a basic shape here without mucking up my leather too bad. Ruler. So that is 9.5 inches, which is 4.75 is my midpoint. That's my midpoint. Okay, so that gives me yay much space to work in. Let's try to do this pigeon. I'm not sold out because it's print on demand. So okay, there's my pigeon business. Let's see. Okay, so we're just gonna freehand this with a pen. I don't know if you can see my screwing up here. We've got a beak. I might have to go in to use the printer. Give me a second. I'm going to go in to use the printer to do this. I'm just not going to successfully do it from view. Do I have something to play while I'm gone? What do I have? Let's see. I got this. Okay. I'm just going to go print a I'm going to go print a pigeon so that I can copy the pigeon onto this thing. And yeah, I just need the pigeon to be about 3 1/4 inches is my sort of size limit. I'll be right back. I gotta find the Shit, where's the pigeon art? I don't know where the pigeon art is. So yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna go figure that out. Be right back. Crap. Do I want to do the pigeon? Do I want to do something else? Do I want to abandon the pigeon and do something else? What do you think? Should I do a pigeon? Yes, no. Do my land. That would be a very difficult thing. Somebody just got back to me on this. Okay, so that's 43.5 inches for the belt. I need a camera lucida. I don't know what that is. All right, we're gonna set this aside so I can do the so that we can do the pigeon later. I'm gonna print up a pigeon properly, but I got info on the belt. God, I hope I got enough material here for the belt. So I don't have a tape measure in here. I should, but I don't. This is all millimeters. All right. Somebody says off to vacuum the. You vacuum pools, or is that like I've got to go wash my hair? All right, so that is 12 inches. That is 24 inches. That is 36 inches. This might not be enough belt for the person who needs it. Fuck. Okay, so this is not enough belt. I gotta send I gotta send a message here. So this belt is not enough belt because the person sent me the measurements that they need for the belt, and it's got to be 43.5 inches. This whole belt will be 45 inches. So the correct belt hole would be like there. That's not doable. That's not right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this belt. I'm going to make this belt. It's not going to be for the original belt holder. Oh, thank you, Cosaplex. Thank you. That's very generous. So, Christ, this belt might not be enough belt for me. This belt is too freaking small. God damn it. It's supposed to be a cozy stream, and I'm sitting here going, fuck, belt. All right. Where are my belt blanks? I am annoyed. It's 46 inches. it's fuck. That belt is not enough belt. Let me just look at Tandy leather. I'm gonna have to get another belt blank. I'm gonna have to start over on that one. How come this thing is so short? No, I don't want the 10% off thing. How long are these belt blanks supposed to be? Waist size up to 40 inches. 40 inches is nothing, though. Yeah. I'm taking my own belt off and I'm measuring it against this thing. Yeah, my own belt is longer than this. God damn it. Why am I buying belt blanks that are that small? Frustration. All right. I guess I'm going to have to find a better source for belt blanks. Waist size up to 64 inches. Okay, that'll work. Except they're sold out of that. Who are these tiny people? Because if you need less belt than I need, is it? I might end up making this into like bracelets or something. Somebody says Runkles or dog swoop for Runkle calming down. I'm pretty skinny, man. Like, if it's not enough belt for me, then it's just not enough belt. Disappointment. All right, let me... I'm going to OA Leather Supply. Shop. Straps, belt blanks. All right. What is this? This is an inch wide, I think. No, 1.5 inches. All right. 1.5 inch wide. Custom strap lengths. How much do I have to order from these guys? I forget how much I have to order to... All right. Let's see. Let's see. Do we offer splitting services? No. Are these guys in Canada? I think. I thought this guy was in Canada. Because I pretty much have to order from Canada these days because getting stuff from across the border is miserable. Okay, you've got your story. Tell me what country you're from, dude. That's really all I give a shit about. Flat $11 Canadian shipping in Canada over $75. Okay. All right. I suspect that they are Canada. Cool. Yeah, I'm not going to get this done right away, but all right. Let's have a look at my cart. People are like, why are we watching Runkle's shop? Hi, Volkus. I need to buy more leather because, as it turns out, this belt is too small for humans. So because it's too small for humans, I got to buy some leather to make it work. So what else do they have? Do they have nice stuff here? Buckles. Let's see what I want for buckles. I can do this later. All right. I could turn them into dog colors. Is 1.5 inches too much? Kestrel, no announcements. I'm hoping to have the big announcement soon. And the big announcement will be, sitting there. Yeah, I'm at 32. 32 inch? Okay. All right, then we're going to do this belt, and we're going to do it fancy. Let's see. If I do this, will it look awful? Because I already cut the hole in this. What if I do it like that? Yeah, it will look awful. Fuck. Okay, I can't do that without shortening it, so we're just going to use the buckle I planned. All right. We're going to make a small belt. And then we're going to sell it, and somebody will buy it. Like, that's what we'll do. Somebody says, no, that's pretty standard for large breeds. Okay. I mean, I could probably make it into a couple of colors. Yeah, I don't know. How much color does a dog collar need? How long should a dog collar be? Depends on the dog. Well, I'm just going to set this aside. Still figuring out what I'm going to do here. Not super happy with how that went down, but such is life with life in the land of chaos. No, I got this. This is way too small. So I've got this belt buckle or belt blank. How long are you? $12, $24, $36, $48, this isn't even that long either. Christ, how do people make this work? I mean, this is a full belt blank, and it's like, do they not know people have size, mass? Yeah, I don't like that. Okay. Ian, listen, I'm trying. I'm listening. You have a blank. Okay. I don't have the blank, though. Unless the blank is here, it's not helpful. Oh, what do I do now? How's your 3D thingy going? All right. Yeah, but I don't have it now, and I'm gonna go buy more blanks probably tomorrow. So that yeah, Jacobite, we're not gonna do that. That just seems a little that's petty as opposed to like legal commentary. And I mean, I can be petty, don't get me wrong, but I think I'm gonna not go with that one. Tell you what, I'm gonna finish this belt because the belt's got to get finished in any event, and it's gonna be for somebody who is real small. That's just that's how it goes. It's gonna be for somebody small, and we're just gonna finish the belt. And I will just note, I will put it up for sale, and I will just note, belt is done, but you got to be tiny. You must be this tiny to ride, and it might be for it might go well for like somebody's kid. That might be a good choice for it. All right, where did I put that buckle? Not the ridiculously big one, but the other buckle. So here we go. All right, let me show you the buckle. So this is the buckle I'm going to use. All right, so the original plan for this thing was to do it in a dye called Vinegaroon. And we're not going to do the Vinegaroon dye. We're going to do something else. It's too thick to be bookmarks. It's like this thickness. It's real thick. It's not going to be good for that. So this is a dye called Vinegaroon. It's not what I'm going to use for this, but I'm going to show you what Vinegaroon does. When I do the next belt, it'll be in Vinegaroon. Sorry, Volkus, your belt is going to be a while. I don't know a good way to put it other than that. So let me show you what Vinegaroon does, because it's really interesting. So I've got a bit on this, and then I watch as I apply it. So you see it applies, and it applies clear, and then it darkens. Applies clear, darkens. And the reason why is because Vinegaroon is not a dye like a standard dye. Vinegaroon is a chemical reaction. It actually causes the dye or the leather to change color because it is reacting to it. This stuff is also used with woodwork. Woodworkers also use it. Now, the way you make it is actually really simple. The way you make Vinegaroon dye is you take vinegar, like you fill a jar with vinegar, And then you throw some steel wool in there or some iron nails, just some iron. So you take vinegar, you throw some iron in it, and then you just leave it. And it produces this this thing. So now that I've decided that I'm going to mix this up, I will need to get some breathing protection because we're going to dye this thing. I am thinking green and blue. Does that sound good to people? Green, blue? Good. Because if it doesn't sound good to you, speak now or you're SOL. Because I think that's what we're going to do. Let me go find a dust mask. Hand protection, it's going to get on my hands. Maybe I'll wear gloves. Maybe I won't. Breathing protection. There we go. Doesn't have to be much. We're just using a dust mask. And the reason why is because I'm about to put a whole lot of particulate stuff in the air. So yeah. Do I have gloves? Yes, I can. Okay, so where did I put my gloves? Here. Chad is insisting I wear gloves. We're going to wear some gloves. Oh, hey, some bookmarks. Ow! Hey, that sucked. If you're wondering what happened, I just closed a metal box on my thumb. Okay. I just got to make sure. Is this the dye that says do not use with an airbrush? Danger. Highly flammable liquid and vapor. Causes skin irritation. Causes serious eye irritation. Cool. Okay, chat, you don't need to yell at me. We doing the safety. I apologize to all the people who are listening to my musical tastes on the Spotify Jam. By the way, the airbrush is so much nicer for this work than painting. And you save so much on, what is it, on the dye, because you go through so much less of it. And you still get lovely color. And you get even color. It's just better in every respect. What's playing on Spotify? Barbed Wire Kiss. Somebody says, what's the link? Let me get you the link. No, Nightclub is not Canadian. They are Californian. I'd love to go see them sometime, but I cannot justify it. Love to have the money to go jetting around seeing bands, but nope. How do we get in on the Spotify Jam? I just dropped the link. If you follow the link and if you've got Spotify, why is this so stuck? There we go. That's some overspill. Ooh, nope. Do not flow towards my project, please. Shoot. Now this green is darker than I thought, which is not ideal for what I'm planning on doing with it. But it is what it is. We're gonna live with our choices. That's how life is. You make your choices, you live with them. Somebody put something on my It's a very nice green. Metallic is tough. So that has to be painted by hand usually. All right, so that's out. That's good. Okay. I don't know if this is going to end up working out the way I hoped, but we're going to try anyway. Just giving a little rinse. We're not doing a full clean right now. It's just a little rinse. Because we're doing a color swap. Okay, let's see if this works out or if the green is too dark. Might be a little too dark to see it properly. Oh, it's not going to wipe off. It's not paint, it's dye. It's not how that works. You cannot wipe it. Well, that turned out very dark. Still quite nice. It's very dark. I don't have enough lighting for this to properly show. Honestly, I think it's lovely, and it will wear and lighten a bit. I don't hate this at all. Somebody says, look under sunlight. That's a good thought. Just give me a second. Sunlight. Right. The dye will lighten a bit. It's darker than I meant it to be, but it doesn't look bad at all. So I don't hate it at all. So I'm going to put, the next step is going to be to secure the buckle and then do the edges. So I want to like make the edges nice. And once that's done, I also need to coat it with like something to preserve it, because you don't want this left unpreserved, because if you do, then the net result of that is if somebody wears it and it rains, they're going to have a big big thing. JME Luciano, I don't know where it's going to be listed yet. But I got to get rid of all this blue that's in the thing. So that just gets sprayed into here. So the other really important thing about airbrushes, as soon as you clean or as you use them, you got to clean them. It's very much not optional, because if you forget to clean them, you ruin them, basically. So the first step for cleaning them is just bog standard water. You run a bunch of water through them, and you just clean them with paper towels, or I'm using little makeup wipes. That's your first step. Yeah, somebody said gunked up airbrush equals doorstop. You're not wrong. That is exactly the problem. If you let it gunk up, it just doesn't work. It's got to be, got to not be clogged. So this is hard on an attention deficit guy, because it's really tempting to be like, yeah, I'm done with the airbrush, I'm just going to move on. And you forget, and it is so much worse later on, and you are potentially ruining your airbrush. And these things aren't cheap. So, you spend a couple $100 on an airbrush, you want it to still be an airbrush by the time you're done with it. So now I also have some airbrush cleaner, and we're going to run some of that through there. But that's only step one. Step two is shut off our air compressor. And then we remove the airbrush from the air. And now we begin the fun process of taking the airbrush apart. You got to be really careful with that pointy bit. It is sharp, and it needs to stay sharp. Okay, so we've got that. Got that thing cleaned. Yeah, it's a needle valve to control the flow rate. That's exactly how that works. Yeah, you don't want to lose those bits. They're hard to find if you do. Yeah, it's not just don't stick yourself at the pointy end. It's also don't blunt the pointy end. All right. So now, reassembly time. Sorry, I'm not doing this on camera. It's fiddly, and I don't want to lose anything. So then once that's all done, shoot, where's that lid gone? The brush lid is not necessary, but I also don't want to lose it. Ah, shit. It's gonna turn up, but where and when? Oh, it fell. Okay. There we go, nice and clean. Daily dysfunction, donation deadline, let's say end of September. I think that's reasonable. Whew. Yeah, that's darker than I like, but it'll lighten up a bit, especially with use. Oh, just gonna sit for a moment. Might wrap things up here. We've been at it for a while. I need a new garage. So one of the things that is a future plan is knock the garage down, knock the house down, new house, new garage. And same lot. That's part of the plan. Will rubbing alcohol lighten it? Not in a way that would look good. It'll lighten it unevenly. Do you wear eye protection? Sometimes. All strays are welcome. I'm simultaneously mesmerized and hypnotized by this, but the pointy, stabby, cutty tool snapped me right out of that. I mean, you do a lot of stabbing in this. Thank you for the bonus stream. I was late on the main live, so trying to make up for it. Happy Canada Day. Happy Canada Day. JMA Luciano, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. And Icosaplex, happy Cozy Workshop stream. Thank you so much. Love the symbol there too. Recovery Addict, there's no caviar in it, right? I may try it. No caviar. Light Queens, happy Canada Day from Vancouver Island, Canada. So's my beer. Thank you. Marvin CZ, when you get a 3D printer, shoe lasts are one of the things you can make with it. There are models available, even professional ones. Oh, that's a cool thought. Attached garage. I'm not planning on doing an attached garage. I am planning on doing a detached garage, but I'm planning on the hope is to have a detached garage with a garage suite on top of it. And so there'd be, place for, if relatives come out and so forth, they could stay up there. I might even Airbnb it some, but yeah. So yeah, mother-in-law suite. I guess that's a fair term for it. Although, yeah. So yeah. Somebody says, "Do I have an extraction system?" No, I don't. The thing is that it's particulate liquid. So the particulate liquid is going to end up, it settles on things fairly quickly. It doesn't kind of hang around. But let's sort of wrap things up here. And yeah, and I see this comment. That'll be useful for all the main houses being rebuilt also. That is the plan. Knock the garage down, put in the new garage with the space above, and then Mrs. Runkle and I move in there, and we stay in there while the garage is being built, or while the house is being built. It's going to be a little cramped. It's going to be a little tight, but we stay in there. They build the house, and then we what do you call it? Then we move into the house once the house is done. So that's the plan. All right, let's wrap things up here. I'm gonna go veg. I'm gonna go play some 7 Days to Die, I think. And yeah, it should be fun. I'm gonna get the pigeon thing printed out so that the next time I do a stream, or just next time I'm in here, I can throw some pigeon or try to make a pigeon wallet. So all right, it is too warm in here. Good night all.